Good afternoon and thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky, everyone. Happy Friday.
Woo! Woo!
Happy
Yes,
Friday.
we're ready for that.
Absolutely.
We are ready. Sam, our producer, is out at Star Wars. Dominic, our assistant producer, is out graduating. Dusty, I know you are watching. We made it to air, my friend. We have our gorgeous
Crazy.
Rhonda, who produces our Good Day Kentucky, stepped in for everyone because Dusty's also not well and she's tucked up in bed. So everyone, we don't know what's happening today. Stick with us. We're going to get through this together.
Yes, we will.
Okay, one thing we did want to talk about though, David, is next Tuesday.
Can't wait.
We are back on the road again with our show.
Watch out for us.
I know. It's no rodeo this time. It is over there at Shakespeare & Co., everyone in Hamburg. And we want everyone to join us. Now, this is next Tuesday, 19th of December. There's all the information up on the screen. Come and join us for a light little lunch, and you're going to get to see the whole show being done live on location. That's going to be a lot of fun, everyone. Up to 25 viewers can be there. There's the email address that you need, middaykentucky@WTVQ.com. Email us your name, your phone number, and email address, of course, and how many people you would like to come and meet and be with us. David, what are you going to do for them all?
Oh, I
Are you
can't
going to
wait.
sing and dance?
I'll sing, I'll dance. I think you'll never have a Shakespeare experience like it. It's going to be a blast, though.
Yeah.
It really will be a lot of fun.
Well, we've done several on location now, but
I love it.
Hamburg, Shakespeare & Co. have come on board with us now to sponsor Table Talk. So we said once a month we're going to go out to Hamburg Shakespeare & Co. in Hamburg and do the show from there.
It's going to be great, and their
So
food's
much fun.
delicious, so I'm excited.
I know.
Oh,
It's a
you don't
win-win.
get to eat.
What?
That the guests do.
What?
Not you.
I'm going to have to be talking the whole time?
This is absolutely
All
crazy.
right.
All right, where do you guys stand on, like we all know there's a drug epidemic opioid epidemic, I should say, in America. But where do you stand on kids smoking and marijuana and vapes and all those type of things? Where do you stand morally on that?
Well, with kids, like...
From the age of 12.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah,
like
no.
there's like anything, like any of that stuff for a kid to be, involved in that. It's terrible for your brain cells, anyways. So like, if you're 18, make your own decisions. If you can join the army, you can buy cigarettes. I'm cool with that. But other than that, no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, how old's your eldest son?
He's 13.
Okay.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
Well,
so.
I will say that as a kid, I used to steal my mother's cigarettes. And as I said to everyone, she liked a bit of a tipple of a drink and she liked a bit of a suck on a cigarette. And so I used to think I was really cool at high school in year 7
I totally
having
see
a
you doing
cigarette.
that. Yeah,
You know what I
totally,
mean?
Troy.
But they were Winfield Red and I used to cough my guts up every time I had one because they were so darn strong. But I thought I was cool.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about this study compiled by the National Institute of Drug Abuse. Shows that a quarter of young people are vaping and smoking marijuana rather than opposed to doing hard drugs.
Okay, now wait a second. The vaping. Explain this to me, because it's my understanding.
I'm still very confused about vaping.
I know. I thought it was
if they're
like-
using it in the same category as marijuana, like they're probably talking about like it's liquid marijuana. Is that correct?
No.
It's just like it's the
I thought it was the
tobacco.
alternative.
Marijuana and vaping.
Right.
Vaping is different to marijuana.
Right, but they have vape cigarettes that have marijuana in them. They
Oh,
have
I didn't
they
know
have
that.
concentrated THC in them.
Oh.
I didn't know
So
that.
yeah, so that's like huge in Colorado, California, Seattle.
Ah,
I didn't know
I
that.
bet that's what that's in reference
That's probably
to.
why.
then.
No, it's not.
was like-
As I just read, it's saying vaping,
Yeah.
cigarettes, marijuana,
Right,
and
okay.
e-cigarettes. There are more youngsters doing them
Yeah.
rather than hard drugs.
I don't think that vaping is, it's the alternative that they've been pushing for tobacco, right? So I
Yeah.
don't see that that's a bad, horrible thing. I mean, I don't
Well,
want my
there's-
kids
okay,
doing it
well,
because they're
here's
still
some things.
emulating that look,
They're,
I guess.
they're saying that while drugs were down overall, teens are flocking increasingly accessible marijuana. Opioid use continues to trend downwards amongst American teens. Okay, teens report seeing marijuana and vaping, two different things, as more acceptable than in years past.
Right.
So what they're saying is, instead of doing hard drugs like maybe ecstasy or cocaine or
Right.
what else is a hard drug? What else?
Heroin.
Do young kids
Yeah.
are doing heroin?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God.
crazy
know,
around
I
here.
know.
They'd rather be smoking, vaping, and doing marijuana.
Right,
That's
right.
what they're saying. The study is doing.
Well, of course, we'd
Well,
rather see like
yeah.
the lesser, you know. But at the same time, it comes down like, have you seen them vape? Like they blow out like this. They look like
No,
Puff
it's
the
an
Magic
art.
Dragon.
No,
and
but-
it's like.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
but
this
you,
big,
have you not
beautiful thing.
seen the competitions that they do? So there's competitions on the smoke rings, and if you've watched some of this stuff
No,
on
no,
TV, I watch a lot of reality TV because I live in a reality world.
Yeah.
But the thing is they do all these smoking rings,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit of a game.
Yeah.
So it is an addictive, but it says also almost a quarter of young people in the US smoke cannabis.
Uh-huh.
A quarter.
Yeah.
Of like 18 and like the 18 to 12.
Well, and you know, I mean, we've talked about this.
As up from 12 years of age.
Yeah, I know.
Could you imagine
That's
your
really
son?
young. No, I can't. But I do see it as a lesser of evils compared to the other options that are out there.
Marijuana?
And yes, I do. I see it as a lesser option than heroin, than cocaine, than any of those hard
Prescription
drugs.
drugs.
No, I
opioids,
understand what you're
any
saying.
of that.
Well, I thought you meant like cigarettes, but
No, not
when you throw
cigarettes,
in
not
heroin and
Right,
that's a
right.
different scenario.
But do I, I'm not saying,
Not
and I'm not
condoning.
advocating this for children in any way, shape, or form, but I would, of all those evils, I would rather catch my child smoking a cigarette in the garage than
Right.
I would them doing something far worse than
Well,
that.
this is really disturbing as well. Opioids have not historically been the drug of choice for young students, and nearly 1/3 of students now report that they vape. Okay, so they're not doing opioids as young students,
Right.
but they are all vaping.
So it sounds like they're saying, are they alluding to this is then leading them to
Hard
down
drugs
the path?
is down, vaping, marijuana, and cigarettes are up. It's pretty scary.
Well,
Yeah, it
you know,
is.
marijuana is a lot more accepted in our whole nation now. Though.
Well, listen, you have just about on every reality TV show, they all talk about it. And like, Andy Cohen the other day was doing something on Watch What Happened Live. I love that show at night. And he said, who would you like to get stoned with? And he ran off this list of movie stars. And he said, yeah, I've been stoned with him. I'm like,
yeah.
I would never.
Yeah, Joe Rogan talks a lot about that. Like it's just so pop culture now.
It is.
You hear the music. It's
It is.
a big part of
Okay.
it.
David, something that I have trouble with is sleeping.
Yeah.
And you've got something here to talk about.
Falling asleep can be difficult for everyone, honestly, especially Troy. It's understandable for you because you have a lot of your mind. Like before the show, Troy's like ding 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 ding. But here's a couple things that you can do to actually fall asleep faster.
I like that.
Because that's one of the problems. We're always spinning plates. So some of the things that they found in a recent Japanese study was actually having a little sugar cane in your diet right before you go to bed. That kind of helps relieve that stress. So
Sugar, a lolly or something?
no, like maybe dark chocolate. Because you want that
Oh.
rich sugar cane. Another big,
That's interesting.
well, I thought, you
Done.
always hear about, right, you're like check mark,
Yep,
wine,
got
chocolate. One of the other big things we've all heard is some warm milk. So
No, I've had that.
Milk
Yeah.
has the protein, I love this picture. Maybe a little aggressive with the milk.
What website did you pull that up?
But it's got the tryptophan that, we've
Looks
all
a
heard
little
of.
sexy. I won't be going to sleep if I'm doing that.
Little aggressive, throwing back some milk instead of the booze. But yeah, definitely with milk. It's got the tryptophan, and
Yeah.
it's great. Another big thing is, everybody wears a Fitbit now, or a tracker to track your sleep.
Yeah.
They say that's really negative because people feel a pressure when they're trying to sleep. So it's like they get anxious about it,
Yeah.
and they're so worried, am I going to get the right amount of time? And there's actually, they've shown that you would think it would help you, but it's really hurting you.
I could see that. I really
Okay, can I just say something on that? Because, David, if I'm knowing I'm having to be up at 5, as an example, I was up at 5:30 this morning,
Bet you got up at 5.
but I could know.
'Cause you couldn't
I
sleep?
couldn't sleep last
Yeah.
night because I kept thinking, I've got to get up, and then it became midnight. Then I started getting anxious because I couldn't sleep, too late to take a pill.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
disaster.
It does. It makes
It
you a little
is.
crazy. And one of the last things that I'm going to kind of go over is that making sure your bed is just the sleeping area, not like you're gonna work, like in on your laptop.
I bet you have all your work stuff.
You know.
Do you have a
you know
computer?
what? I can honestly tell you, my bed is for sleeping, not for laying on or.
Yeah.
Will never just sit on my bed and
Not
watch
for-
TV.
Hanging out,
What
watching
about
TV.
working? Do you do anything
No,
on your
never,
laptop or
never.
anything? Really?
No, that's the truth.
That's good.
That's
I
the
do.
truth.
I do break that rule. I do that.
I'm on my phone before I go to bed.
Well, it depends what sort of work you mean, people. Let's be real.
But it is. It's just these are just some of the little things, and it's just one of those things where I think that's the most important. Make that little area in your house just nice, cozy, calm. Because when you have all
you're
these
right.
devices, it just
Yeah.
kind of gets to you. You're like, oh well, here, let me watch TV, and then an hour later, that's me, guys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'll watch TV,
I've got a TV in my room.
Yeah.
and it just
But it's more for me Sunday morning.
Right.
Wake up, I'll watch, GMA and watch, live across the nation, or whatever it's called. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, good tips, buddy.
Yep.
Good tips. Hey, Lisa, you're talking about some quick little gadget gifts.
Yeah.
I've got so many darn gadgets at home.
Well, you know what? These are just good little. Well, you got that little fan. That's what made me think about this.
Right.
Was you got that little fan for your?
You
cell
tying
phone
me into
from-
another one of your
Yes,
stories.
I am.
His little
Could be
birthday
a slippery
fan.
slope.
This one's going to go much better than yesterday's.
He had that fan all over the studio.
He
You
did.
got 2 minutes.
He did. All right. Well, let's go. Put a time limit on me. Okay, so the first one, here's some gadget gifts. A Mophie case with a juice pack, helium, for your iPhone. And they said that this is definitely one of the best. It provides 36 extra hours of audio and 9 extra hours of video playback, plus protects your iPhone from nicks and scratches.
Oh, okay.
So that's a neat little gift. And then we also have, they had you'll never borrow a charger again if you have the solar powered charger and light. I love this. This is $49.99 for this, which brings battery power to any device without any source of electricity whatsoever.
Gotcha.
And then the next one is the Bluetooth digital pen. It's $69.99. This is for those doodlers. At
Oh, that's
home.
cool.
You actually can, it'll be instantly backed up to your computer without any scanners needed
Oh, clever.
whatsoever. The next one is a Polaroid nostalgic, this is for the Polaroid nostalgic folks. This is an instant photo camera. It costs $200, lets you capture and develop photos instantaneously with a programmed electronic shutter, 2 shooting options, and a low light auto flash.
Nice. I like it.
I know, isn't that
And
cool?
the last one?
The very last one is the Apple TV.
I love Apple TV.
$179. This
go
is
in
a
on that
must-have
for me?
for all
Cool.
Power iTunes users. So yeah, awesome.
I know Doug's back, so if you guys want to get that for me.
Who?
Doug.
Absolutely.
Doug and Lisa, if they wanted to get that, if they wanted to get me, if they're like, David, what do you want? Apple TV, Doug.
I have no idea. I'm like, Apple TV. Doug, what? You threw me, David.
I'm ready.
Hey, we're going to
We
give you
got you
more
covered.
information coming up after the break. We're going to be talking all about my brand new TV show called The Younger You. And also, we've got George Bariatrics coming in on the show. We're going to give you more information about that as well. Stick with us, everyone. You're watching Midday Kentucky.